Waiting to see if I go live. Okay. Alright, seems like everything's working. There we go. Alright, seems like everything's working. There we go. Welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play. We're going to be playing the same survival world. We're hopefully going to get a little bit further than we did last time. We're going to be focusing on making my farm. Alright, we got some copper here. Alright. First of all, we're probably going to have to move our farm down because this snowy area is too cold for a farm. The water will just freeze. Let's choose a nice region for this, like... Okay, whenever you guys are playing and you're finding a place to put your farm, you're gonna want a very flat region, like this one. Alright, we're just gonna do a simple straight, we're just gonna do a simple trim. We'll do that for now, but I need to run back and grab a hoe. Oh, that's nice. You can collect the powdered snow. I don't know what you can use it for. Alright, let's make another hoe. Let's make one out of copper. Oh, we're level 14. Alright, now... Okay, alright. Alright. We're gonna put this in our offhand for now. Just to have it out of the way. It's also very useful to have something in your offhand in case you need some more space in your inventory. I found that very useful when I was in my... when I was in the multiplayer server with Serenity. He's a buddy of mine. I share a server, well, not share a server, I play on the same server as him when I go multiplayer. Alright, 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, okay, I have another one. There we go, we got our wheat farm going. When we find a village, we'll be able to make a potato farm. Okay. We'll leave that to grow on its own. By the way, when I do get to streaming on the multiplayer server, that's going to be after I get permission from the server mods to stream there. Because there's a lot of builds on there that I don't think that people would want me to film without permission. So, whenever I get permission from everyone on the server, that will be the discussion of the next video. You're gonna get to be able to see my farms, my automatic wheat farms, my automatic potato and carrot farms, and my sugarcane farm. I'm building a cake shop, by the way. You're going to want to see that. So do stay tuned. Alright, we got some mutton here. Probably got it from the previous playthrough, but we'll cook up that mutton now so that we can have something to eat later. Okay, our goal here is to get well, our goal is to it's to get a crossbow and get fireworks to load that crossbow with. We're going to do it the dream way. Alright, what was the recipe for crossbow? Was it that? Okay, we have a tripwire hook. Okay, let's see. Okay, shoot. We need more string. That's okay, we can get some string later, but... Okay, these bones... We'll keep them for getting puppies later. And whatever we have left over, we'll grind it to bone meal. Spruce saplings. There are things that I am carrying I don't need to be carrying right now. Alright, we're going to want to wait until this sword breaks so we can move on to our iron. We want to make another stone pickaxe. That might seem counterintuitive since we already have the better pickaxe, but we use the stone early game. Basically, we use weaker pickaxes for the more useless stuff instead of using the iron pickaxe on it, so we don't waste durability of our better stuff on stuff like stone. When we have the mending enchantment and we have like better farms, like mob farms, to get EXP quickly, then I'll just have one main material for all my tools. But we need to get mending. That is one of our main priorities. Ow. Alright, we're gonna head down here into the mines and see what we can find. Save us time. Yeah, it would be very embarrassing if I decided to throw myself to my death at some point, just because I couldn't fathom walking. Alright, so we're gonna break that. Okay. Oh shoot. I'd probably say one of the most embarrassing ways to die in a Minecraft world is getting buried under sand or gravel. More copper in case I need it. You can kind of see that I'm strategically taking down these hanging gravel pits, because those are traps. They've gotten me a few times back in the day. And they are very annoying. Right, we didn't go this way. And I definitely... If this isn't a... Shit. Come on, fucker. Oh, come on! Ah. Wear condoms, y'all. Like, wear condoms. Like, we don't need those little... Okay, I died once, and I almost died twice. All to baby zombies. You can tell I do not like those guys. Can somebody explain to me, like, anyone from Mojang, why the baby zombies, they're like literal children, but they hit like an adult Mike Tyson? Can you explain that to me, Mojang? Like, seriously? Because I'm just confused. Are they a child or not? Because I feel like if they were children, they wouldn't be able to hit like Mike Tyson in his prime. Alright, we're just going to ignore that, and we're going to move on. I hate that sound. Fortunately, we have another pickaxe. Unfortunately, we've run out of torches. So we're going to have to head back to base. Underwater is probably a very weird place to be eating mutton, but that's okay. We're just gonna do it anyway. Alright, one of the things that we are going to be looking for is sugarcane, because sugarcane is how you get paper, and paper is how you get maps and the cartography table. I want to be able to get a map to map out my surroundings. Also, I do know that the whole Minecraft Let's Play has been done to death, but honestly, until I can get a fan base that can tell me what they want, like, do they want me to be a create YouTuber? Do they want me to be a Minecraft Terraria player? Like, what do you want? Like, I can't really decide what my players want until they tell me, you know? By the way, if you ask me to like be one of those guys who's like, oh, I'm going to detonate the TNT like in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll do it if two nice people give me money. It's sort of like I will do anything to become popular, but I'm not gonna become an NPC. You know what I mean? Like an NPC streamer. I am not going to become somebody who tricks you into giving away your money to me. Even though I would very much appreciate it, because I'm kind of broke at the moment. Like, I was talking to my dad, and I was like, hey, Dad, I'd like to make banana bread, but we don't have any sugar. And I was like, I literally bribed him with coffee that I'd make him one of my artisan coffees if he. Well, basically, I learned a while ago that, well, how to make a cappuccino, and I've started learning how to make really good cappuccinos, and yeah, at this point, I've wanted to become, like, so many things, one of those being a barista, but you can't really get a job if everyone who's interviewing you smiles and nods and then just never calls you back to say whether or not you got the job. Like, these guys could have been like, oh, this guy isn't fit for a company. Or they hired me, thought I was a mind reader, and thought I would know when to come into work. And when I didn't come into work, they fired me and put something bad on my record. I don't know, because they're not telling me anything. Can we just talk about like how being unemployed sucks? Like, being unemployed is like being stuck in a tutorial. Not a tutorial. It's basically being stuck in an unskippable cutscene that goes on for too long. Like, you're not really doing anything. It's like you're mostly just sitting around waiting for something to happen. It sucks. Oh, water first. But yeah, it's like, oh, I want a job, but nobody's giving me the chance. And oh, I want to be a firefighter, but I don't have a license. Oh, I want to get into like a job program so I can get a job. But oh, they never call me back. It feels like there's just an epidemic of people not talking to each other. Like, nobody's talking to each other anymore. No one's emailing each other anymore. It's like an epidemic of silence. Like, I can't really apply for a job if nobody wants to hire me. You know what I mean? Like, if my grandma wasn't letting me stay under her roof, I would be screwed right now. Cause yeah, I can't really plug my computer into nothing. honestly, out of most YouTubers, I'm very low maintenance. Like, if I had a stream, if I had a YouTube stream that had a revenue of at least $20 a week, you know what I mean? Like, I would be set. Like, all I need is like a couple dollars, and all I need is a couple dollars, and I'd be able to afford to stream to multiple platforms at the same time, or I'd be able to afford Crunchyroll. Of course, I would never do reaction content because you know how YouTube is with them being like saying that you can't copy people's content. Also, it feels like billionaires and all those people, it feels like they think they're just above the law. Like, oh, some billionaires don't even pay taxes. Or like, some billionaires, they take more priority over other people. Because the problem is, the jobs I've been trying to apply for, like, kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? Like, oh, all I want is like, all I want at the moment is $15 an hour with good job security. And it feels like I can't even get that. Like, I must have done something, like something bad that I don't know about. Because, no joke, the job market, like, sucks right now. I've applied to, like, multiple jobs, and some of them I didn't even get a interview. And the thing is, employers don't tell you what you're lacking anymore. They just don't pick you. Like, if you don't get a job, like, you're basically... Nowadays, like, you're basically stuck sitting there waiting for them to respond. And then later you realize, oh, they were never going to respond because they didn't like you for whatever reason. And it's like, could corporations, like, start telling you that you didn't get the position anymore? Like, can we have that back, please? Can we go back to an age where people were actually polite to each other and not, like, rude? Like, when did we go to the age of people just walking up to you and giving a statement? Not a, hi, how are you? Or that sort of thing. It's all just statements. It doesn't matter that they... Like, your opinions don't seem to matter in a conversation anymore. It's just... Or, like, chivalry. Like, you know, people used to look out for each other, but now people just see each other as, like, microphones. like something for someone to something for someone to speak into. Like, it's been a long time since I've had a good, respectful conversation with someone, and that's kind of depressing. Like, have you noticed that a lot of conversations like you've had with people, like especially interviews, they all feel forced. Like somebody's like holding a gun to the side of your head. Well, holding a gun to the sides, holding a gun to everybody in the conversation's head and forcing them to talk. Even if it's like, oh, you walked up to someone and you said hi. It feels like everyone's acting like they're being held up. Like, it could be like the simplest thing, like asking for directions, and like you can tell that no one wants to be in that conversation, even though it's only going to take like 3 seconds. Like, everyone just looks uncomfortable whenever they have to interact with somebody. That's what I've noticed. Like, it feels like a regular conversation is like dead. Like, you talk to people and you can tell that they're wondering why they even have to talk to you. Like it feels like sometimes, like, there was a time and place where people were happy to talk to each other. Like there was a time where it was a treat to talk to people. But nowadays it feels like if you stop and talk to someone, even if it was like completely warranted, that person's gonna look at you like you're wasting their time. It might be a little bit of a nitpick, but it's something I've noticed. Also, I was going to mention, going forward, I'm probably going to avoid mentioning politics in my streams just because of how volatile politics are right now. I don't want a bunch of people coming into my stream to just harass the other members of chat. You know what I mean? Like, kind of linking back to my point about how people don't talk to each other normally anymore. You can't really have a proper political discussion anymore. Because it feels like you can't. There are some people like you cannot disagree with. Like, it feels like for some people it's like illegal to disagree with them. Like, you could say that that you want this guy named Jacob to run for office because, oh, you like his policies, like he's going to build a children's hospital. And then somebody will walk up to you and be like, oh, so you think that they'll walk up to you and be like, oh, you think that we should just shoot puppies? Like, what? Like, that's how a lot of political discourse goes. You say, You say that you want a guy to run for office because he wants to build a children's hospital, and somebody will accuse you of wanting to go out and shoot puppies. Like, even though that's not at all what you said. And the thing is, it gets tiring, like, really quickly. Just wanting a proper political conversation and having to navigate through, like, multiple gotcha questions. So yeah, that's why I'm not going to be talking about politics during my streams. Because I've been stuck in a lot of political discussions and they've all been like talking to a brick wall. Like, yeah. Alright, so we're going to be running around planting some more trees, and then we're going to plan out a log cabin. Okay, I was speaking about jobs. I have a profile on Indeed, and I was offered to be. There's a job description that might be for me. Like, I might be able to have the opportunity to wash dishes. Dishwasher, chat to apply. Okay. Sorry, chat. I'm applying for a job mid stream. And of course, chat, if I get a job, I might have to change my streaming schedule just to suit my hours. By the way, what's really funny is that companies, when you apply to them nowadays, when they're doing the little application thing, they will ask you like 10 questions that all ask you in different ways if you're legally allowed to work in the United States. Please apply to only one job. If there's anyone on right now, I do apologize. I am applying for Olive Garden midstream. Update to continue. Yes, just update it. Alright, is there anyone? Nope, there's. Come on. Wait, what? Okay, that's sweet. It just told me to. It just kicked me off and is making me start over. Alright, let's see. Okay, now autofill's not working. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. Come on. Sorry guys, I'm currently fighting with my job application. Ah. Oh my god. Ah. They have to check to make sure I'm not employed to their competitor, or they want me to be employed to their competitor, so they'd be like, e-verify gender Ethnic. Still working on that job application. Okay, now I have to fill out my address again. I can tell you all right now, the one thing I do not like about applying for the job is the amount of paperwork you need to put out. Hang on. Oh, it's nighttime. My job application is like, oh, under penalty of perjury, and it's like, I'm just trying to apply to be a dishwasher. I'm not trying to apply to be like the representation of the Federal Reserve. I'm not trying to apply to be Secretary of State. Like, why do I have to? Like, they use all this fancy talk, this legal speak. It's like the position of power I'm trying to get is not Secretary of State. Like, I'm just trying to be a dishwasher, man. Like, it's not that. Like, it's not that serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if I get an interview with Olive Garden, like, I'm not just gonna be able to walk in and go, hi, I want to wash dishes. I have to act like I have to, like, act like I want them to bestow the honor of scrubbing the plates. Like, I have to act like it's an honor. Otherwise, they're going to tell me to go ingest phallus. Like, I grew up and my mom would constantly tell me that it's never okay to lie. But the thing is, when you go and apply for a job, you need to look another man or another woman dead in the eyes and act like you're enthusiastic about scrubbing down the toilets. Like like it would be your personal honor to wipe somebody else's ass. Like, seriously. Like, you literally have to lie to people to get a job, because if you don't act enthusiastic enough to become, like, to scrub dishes, like, they're not gonna give you the job. You get what I mean? Well, more to the point, I think someone else I would really love to collab with is the angry Asian dude. Also, can we talk about, like, how annoying creepers are? Like, not the guys who hang out in a tree waiting for women to walk out. No, not that type of creeper. The type of creeper that walks up to you and then just blows up. Like the creepers in Minecraft. Like, they are so annoying. Like, oh, there is no warning if you get blown up by a creeper. They just hiss and blow up. Like, there is no warning. Like, oh, if you were in the middle of a build, too bad. You're gonna lose your, like, too bad. You if you don't, like, jump out of the way in a fraction of a second, you're going to lose your house, basically. God forbid you're playing on hardcore, because if you're playing on hardcore, like, yeah, you might as well pack up your things, because, yeah, you're gonna lose your world, buddy. Alright. As you can see, we have a composter, which we can use to get rid of all these seeds, and honestly, it gives us a reason to be in this Sakura field, because you can just run around punching these flowers and get all the compost you need. Yeah, like I said, there's a reason that I placed my farm right here. Also, have you guys ever heard of Night of the Consumers? I'd say that is the most accurate uh, grocery store simulator. Aside from the fact that in the game the manager is a murderous psychopath, because in real life, you don't get the knowledge of knowing that, oh, the game isn't realistic because the manager, whenever you get in trouble with a customer, he chases you down and grabs you and shakes you violently shakes you to death, while saying that you're fired. But honestly, I feel like in reality it's a lot more annoying. Because they'll walk up to you and be like, unfortunately, we're gonna have to let you go, you know? I know you put, like, 30 years into this company, but... Sorry, more to the point, one of the most annoying things about customers is that they heard the word the customer's always right, and then they think that means that they can literally just rob the joint and be like, oh, the customer's always right. Like, the thing is, the full quote is, the customer is always right in matters of taste. Meaning, if somebody wants to buy an ugly sweater, it's theirs to buy. It's their choice. It doesn't mean that you can tell the employees to come over and become the groom the stool. Like, that's not what it means. By the way, you might have noticed that I'm getting very good at this game. Mostly because once you can get some good crops going, you're pretty much set. Like, you're never gonna go hungry again. Bad part is this isn't a very good strat in like you don't see Dream doing this, because for people like Dream it's a weakness, because why would someone take all this time to build a stationary food source when they could feed off the land? You know, the whole punching tree leaves until you get apples. That was actually Napoleon's idea. Live off the land. Like, or you run around killing all the livestock. Also Napoleon's idea. Also, have you guys noticed how much of a problem Gooner content has become? Like, to me, Gooner content has become such a really big problem because it's become more mainstream. And you got people like on Google Ads, they put out like very like content that would make Pornhub flush. You know what I mean? And the problem is that with all of the stuff that Kappa is doing, like, or like when companies like Kappa or PETA, they like stand, like they say that they stand for the protection of blank, and they're like, oh, we're going to protect certain things, and you're like, oh, that's great, and then they don't protect them at all, and all they do is run ads where it's like, oh, give us money and we'll stop this. We can only stop this if you give us like $30 a month. It's like companies who do that are like as useful as wet toilet paper. Like, oh, you have the they have the influence to speak out against like corruption or animal abuse, but apparently they can only do it if I give my 30 cents a month. Like, seriously? Like, it costs nothing to say something. Like, why are people charging you for them to speak on your behalf? Like, are you kidding me? People who do that are like more useless than, again, wet toilet paper. Alright, good. Alright, some good news. We finally got our first loaves of bread. Alright. Alright, chat. I'm going to see if I can advertise this stream to more people, see if we can get people on here. Alright, let's see. Alright. Alright, I'm going to see if I can like hop onto one of my shorts and start trying to direct the traffic for my shorts onto my streams. Like, one of my problems is like I'm very popular on YouTube Shorts, but problem is there's barely anyone who watches my lives, which is where most of my audience is. Well, where I want my audience to be. All right, I'm gonna check on my banana bread. I'll be right back. All right. We're going to check the Discord and see if I'm allowed to. All right. Okay. Shoot. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna check Discord on something else. Uh, uh, uh. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm starting to get a little annoyed with not being able to get my players, well, not players, watchers on my stream. Like, is there something that I should be doing differently, or okay? Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. Wait, what? Oh, I think I broke the game. I think I'll just let myself die. Hello, baby. Okay, it won't even let me die, man. Oh no, what have I done? Okay, save and quit. We're gonna come back. Smokey! Wait, no, that's Smokey. Ari! Oh no. Uh-oh, my thing crashed again. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on.